So this is our morning stretch. It's designed for all levels. I'm going to offer modifications throughout to suit different levels, so you can adapt it as you like. As always, if you're my ballet coach member and you have any particular stretches you would like me to include or anything in particular you're working on, just drop me a message and let me know. So we're going to start off with a warm-up. And you'll want to make sure you have enough space to sort of swing the arms and keep the legs nice and wide. So we're going to start off with the legs just hip width apart, standing nice and tall. Just take a moment to check your posture. So this natural curve that we have in the back, you're going to drop down at the front, drop down at the back, lift at the front. Then your rib cage is going to be on top of your hips. Shoulders are open without the shoulder blades squeezing. It's just nice and open. And then the neck is long and the head is relaxed on top. We're going to bend the knees, circle the shoulders back 4 times. Bend the knees, circle the shoulders forwards 4 times. Bend, circle the right arm twice and the left arm twice. Off we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Same coming forward. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Bend, circle the right. You can add a twist here if you want. And 2. Same with the left. 3 and 4. Great. Taking the legs a little wider now. We're going to bend the knees, take the arms out, and we're going to twist and swing the arms 8 times. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take the legs even further apart now. Nice and wide, arms reaching out to the side. We're going to do some side lunges where we bring the opposite hand towards the bent knee. So one knee bends, the other stretches, and then we repeat on the opposite side. We're going to do 10 of these and try to get lower and lower as we go on. Off we go. 1, stretch. 2, stretch. 3, going a little lower now. And 4. Good. 5. This is a great way to warm up the knees, the hips, the backs of the legs, and the back. Good. And now we've just got 2 more of each. Nice big stretch. And last one. Great, so now we're going to drop down onto our mats and wake up the spine with our legs crossed and our hands on our knees. You're going to be rocking backwards, so you can hold on to your knees to stop you from falling over. I'm going to go on a diagonal just so that you can see from the side. We're going to combine it with the breath. So breathing in, grow tall, breathe out, drop the chin to the chest, hold the knees, rock back. Then breathe in, sit tall, open the chest, and breathe out. Little arch in the spine. We're going to do 3 more of these. So breathe in, breathe out, rock all the way backwards. You should feel a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. Drop the chin into your chest. Breathe in, sit tall, breathe out, lift the chin up, open the chest. And again, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and out. And again, breathe in, and out, and in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. This should feel really nice on the spine, especially if it's morning where you are and we're all feeling a bit stiff. Exhale. Good. Moving on to a nice side stretch. Still with the legs crossed, sitting tall. If you do struggle to cross the legs and you feel like the knees are quite high up and you're falling backwards, you can use something to hold on to. So you can either have a piece of furniture or something that you hold on to keep the back as straight as possible. I'm also going to show another modification for glute stretches that you can do using the wall. So our side stretch, we have right hand on the floor, left hand lifts up, breathe in, and exhale, stretch to the side. Good, so we're bending from the waist here, we're not letting the shoulders twist down to the floor yet. Now we're going to drop the chin into the chest, the shoulders do come down to the floor, and we sit tall again. Same on the other side, breathe in, bending from the waist. Drop the shoulders forwards, curve the chin inwards, and sit tall. Once more on each side, breathe in, breathe out. You might notice one side is stiffer than the other, that's normal, breathe out. Sit tall, and again, breathe in, and out. Curve forwards. Lovely. Onto our backs now, we're going to focus on the hips. Hug both knees into your chest, and we're just going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right leg down, hug the left knee in closer for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then bring that knee across the body. Open the arms out to the side. Don't worry if the knee isn't quite touching the floor. And you're going to look in the opposite direction. You should feel a nice twist going through the back here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now going to open the knee to the side, keep sliding onto your front. Forearms on the floor, neck nice and long. And we're going to lift into a cobra stretch. So not only are we opening out the hips here, but we're starting to wake up the back, strengthen and stretch at the same time. Lower back down. Good, breathe in. Push up, just the rib cage is coming off the floor. If you don't want to do it with the hip, with the knee bent, you can stoop and close the legs, that's fine. And lower down. Stretch the arms out to the side, and then that knee that was bent, you're going to bring the toes across the body. So they're reaching down to the floor. And this should be a nice shoulder stretch and a little twist through the back. Bring the legs together again, and we roll back onto the back. Repeating everything on the other side. So pulling the right knee into the chest now. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee across the body. Arms stretched out and looking in the opposite direction. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling onto your front. You can let the knees stay bent, or you can join the legs together if you prefer. Going into our cobra stretch, so pushing off, keeping the neck long. Rib cage comes off the floor. And lower. You shouldn't feel this in the lower back. So just be a nice gentle stretch in the upper back here. Good. Lower back down. Join the legs together. Arms stretch out to the side. And then that same leg is going to go across the body. Toes reaching down to the floor until you feel a nice stretch going through the shoulder. Join the legs together and rolling onto your back. Let's start with the right leg. We're going to wake up the hips with 4 circles. So circling out and in. The other hand can stabilize the opposite hip if you want. Out and in. 2 more. 3. Oh, hips waking up. And 4. Good. Half of a happy baby. So ideally you're going to take your heel, open the knee out to the side. But if you can't reach the heel, you can hold onto the calf, or you can hold just under the knee, just above the hamstrings. So whichever position is comfortable, staying here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back in, and it's now going to stretch up to the ceiling. If you can't reach the leg whilst keeping your shoulders on the floor, you can take something like a TheraBand or an old t-shirt or an old pair of leggings and pull the leg towards you, holding on to the ends of the TheraBand. What you don't want to be doing is curling the upper body off the floor. So find a position that's comfortable for you, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Same on the other side, starting with our hip circles. We go out and in. 1, out, in. 2, out, in. 3, and last one. 4. Find your heel, calf, or thigh, wherever's comfortable, and we open out to the sides. This is a really nice, should be a really nice hip opener stretch. If you are a dancer, this is going to help you with box splits, things like grand plie in seconds, your extensions to the side, your general turnouts. Yeah, it's a really good stretch. Bring that leg back in, and we stretch up to the ceiling. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that leg back down. We're going to do a glute stretch, so I'm going to show you first how to do the glute stretch lying down, and then I'll just offer a modification for those with slightly tighter hips, tighter legs that you can do sitting. So if you are on your lying down on your back, you can bring one leg across, knee goes out to the side, hands go under, and then you're going to pull that leg into the chest. So we've got one knee that's open, so it's opening out the hips, the other knee that's at 90-degree angle. You should feel a good stretch going through the glutes here. So either you can hold that, or if you're sitting down, you can put your back against a wall, knees bent, and then bring one leg on top of the other. So don't worry if it's quite far away, it's quite an open position. You just want to gradually bring these legs closer to the body until you start to feel a stretch going through the glutes. You shouldn't feel any pain or discomfort in the knees, so if you do, loosen up the stretch. Eventually, you might even be able to bring the legs quite close to your body, like this. Okay, so find a stretch that suits you. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we swap over. Good. And hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Extend the legs down. Oh, actually no, just one more before we do that. Legs up. This one's optional, so I'll give you two options. Either you can reach towards the feet and lower back down, so this is more of an active stretch combining with some abs. Reach, lower back down, so twice through and then pulling both legs towards you. Or you can join me with a pancake stretch. You're going to lift the hips up into your hands, bend your knees, and then slowly extend one leg, bring it back in, and the other leg, bring it back in. And you'll feel a stretch kind of where the fingers are. So either you are reaching up twice and then pulling your legs towards you, or you're with me. Off we go. holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can extend both legs, don't force it. Bend the knees, and using your hands, roll back down. Great. Stretching the legs out now, reaching the hands up to the ceiling. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, tuck the chin into your chest, and you can either use one hand to support you here, or do a little sit-up, Pilates curl, going all the way forwards, reach towards your toes, sit back straight. I'm just going to shuffle back so you can see me, reach the fingers up, and as you exhale, fold forwards. So as we fold forwards, we're not curving and crunching forwards, you're trying to lengthen the spine. Staying here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rolling up. We'll go again. Fingers up, breathe in, breathe out, fold forwards, lengthen through the spine. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can't reach the feet and you feel like you also can't straighten the spine, what you can do is bend the knees, hold onto your toes, and then, oh, that's sticky heel today. You slowly try and extend the feet away from you. So even if the knees are still bent, you're going to stretch the hamstrings and be able to hold on to the feet at the same time. So then as you get looser, you can slowly take the heels further and further away from you. Good, let's now sit tall, reach the arms up to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, bring the arms forwards. We're going to stretch one out behind, bring it in, and the other arm stretch nice and wide. Bring it in, one more of each, open and twist. And last one, open and twist. Great. Tuck the chin into your chest, curl through the spine, and we're going to roll all the way back down. Lovely. Rolling onto your front, and we're just going to do a cat-cow to complete our little warm-up of the back. So breathing in, we're going to arch the back, breathe out, curve the spine. You want your hands to be directly below the shoulders and knees are hip width apart. I'm going to do 4 of these. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. 2 more, breathing in, breathing out. Last one, breathing in, and breathing out. Great. Onto your fronts now, we're going to stretch the back in a nice, starting with a cobra stretch and then pushing up into our seal stretch. So the legs can be slightly apart here, forearms flat on the floor, neck nice and long. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, lift the rib cage off the floor, keeping the neck long, so not lifting the chin, back of the neck is pulling, and then lower back down. Another one of these, breathe in, breathe out. So this one is a great way to wake up the back for our bigger stretch, because not only is it a gentler stretch in the back, but you're also engaging the muscles, so it's a great way to tone the back as well. Now for our bigger stretch, bring the hands backwards, so they're more in line with your rib cage. Breathe in, breathe out, and push up. Don't force this one. Try to keep the pelvis on the floor. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. If you want to make this more challenging, you can squeeze the legs together. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Good. Push back, knees slightly open, hands reaching forwards into child's pose. Staying for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands over to the right. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hands over to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Sitting on the toes, we're going to stretch our demi point. So toes are tucked under, sitting on the heels. If you want to add an arm stretch, you can bring one arm up and over, fingers stop in the middle of the spine, and then the other hand tries to meet it. Don't worry if your fingers don't touch, don't force this one, it should be gentle, and you shouldn't have your arm pressing down on your neck. So loosen up the stretch if you can feel it on the neck. Swap the arms, nice long neck. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands onto the floor, and we're going to push up into a downward dog. So feet are hip width apart. Don't worry if the heels aren't touching the floor. You want to just feel like they're driving down. Neck is long. And we're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring one foot into the middle, press the heel down. We're going to go into our calf stretches. We're going to pedal the feet. Swap over and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last one. You can either take a break here, come off the knees, give the wrists a circle, or if your wrists are fine, you can keep holding that downward dog. Pushing back up into downward dog, we're now going to bring one foot slightly forward into the middle and extend the other leg up to the ceiling. Lower back down, replace, and repeat with the other leg. Lower back down. Great. Let's go into our lunge sequence. So it's important here that you're not focusing on your balance. Balance shouldn't be an issue. You should be able to really relax into the stretch. So if you want to hold on to something, then do so. And if you have any knee trouble, you may either just want to rule this one out or put an extra cushion under your knees. So with the knee slightly bent, just not quite 90 degrees, but slightly bent, we're going to push forwards until your knee is in line with your heel. Then either stay upright, and you'll feel a nice hip flexor stretch, or you can bring your hands either side of your foot, your choice. We're going to stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretching, tucking the toes underneath and stretching out the back knee. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The knee goes back down. We come back up and we go into a runner's stretch. So this leg is now completely straight. You can flex the foot for a deeper stretch if you want. And if you are a dancer, you may want to consider turning this leg out to also work on your turn out. Your choice. We're going to pitch from the hips, keeping the back long and straight. So again, we're not curving. And just stop when you feel a deep hamstring stretch. Holding here for 10, 9, 8. You can put your fingers on the floor if you can reach. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap over. So nice tall back, pitching forwards till you feel a stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, sitting back up. We're going to reverse the previous stretch, so we're now going to push forwards, hands either placed either side of your foot or tall, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes tuck under, stretch the back knee, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. We're now going to push up into parallel fourth. So you're going to have the toes facing forwards, legs apart in a nice triangle shape. And then again, either holding on to something and reaching the fingers down, or if you can get the hands flat on the floor, great. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot around so your legs are parallel. Hold on to your elbows and drop the body down. Stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Optional hip opener. So we're going to bend the knees, open the feet out to the side. Body is really pushing forwards here to counterbalance you pushing into your knees. So the knees go backwards, pushing hard with the hands, and the body comes forward so that we don't fall over. And we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You should feel a good stretch in the hips here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the other leg comes front for our parallel fourth. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. We're going to move on to our butterfly stretch. Again, this is for the hips. And we're going to finish today's stretch with our box splits. So this is all just about getting the hips ready for those box splits. So sitting nice and tall, holding onto your toes. Breathe in, breathe out, and stretch forwards. You want the spine to stay as long as possible, and then you can let the forehead drop down to the floor. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit tall again. We're going to repeat. So keep the spine long and drop the forehead down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto our sandwich stretch. So if you want, you can either just cross the ankles if that's enough of a stretch for you, or if you are more mobile, you can bring the legs further and further across until you have one sitting on top of the other. You shouldn't feel any tension in the knees here, so if you do, or if you're finding it awkward to get the legs into this position, just loosen up the stretch. So when you're comfortable, nice tall back, we're going to reach the fingers forwards and bring the body forwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit tall and swap over. Once we're in position, reach the fingers forwards and we go on the other side. So ideally you want to get the fingers on the floor. If that's easy, you can get the palms on the floor, and then we can look at bending the elbows. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Finishing off with our box splits. So find a comfortable V-shaped position with the legs where you're able to sit tall. If you do feel like you're falling backwards, again, you can hold on to something Using a sofa is actually a really great way to stretch because you can hold onto the cushions in front of you and use the legs of the sofa to stretch the feet apart. So keeping your body forwards, we're going to walk the hands and then place the palms on the floor and bend the elbows. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you are a dancer or you're particularly mobile, now you can roll through until you're completely flat. So this is the only time where you are allowed to bring the ankles onto the floor, and you can let gravity pull the pelvis down. Otherwise, we're going to repeat that again. So in our V shape, nice tall back, fingers walk forwards, palms on the floor, elbows bend. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back up tall, swing the legs round, and we're going to stand. So, pushing back onto your toes, tuck the chin into your chest, keep the knees bent, place the heels on the floor, and we're very slowly going to roll through the back, vertebra by vertebra, keep those knees bent until you're standing. And that concludes our stretch for today. Thank you for joining. I hope you're feeling nice and stretched and ready for your day. As always, if you're my Ballet Coach member and there's anything you're working on or that you would like me to include, just drop me a message. There is going to be a summer course, an online summer course designed for adults but open to sort of pre-teens and teens if you have been dancing or stretching for a while. For more information, I'll put a little link below, or again, you can just drop me a message if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.